Hey guys, Mr. here again for another video today, and we are back with our Houston Vikings franchise mode, and this will hopefully be the last season where we will be in the first off season, which is very good because I really want to start simming. I kind of hope this team is pretty damn bad, to be honest with you, so this should be very, very interesting. So we've got to sign some players first, which I am going to do that. I am going to make sure we sign our our big boys here, because I do want to bring a lot of the players back. So Grubauer, I would kind of like for him to be our starter. I'm not going to lie. I don't know if I want to sign him on like an 8-year deal or anything. I don't mind a 3-year deal, but I'll probably lower it to 2.6 million. I know we have plenty of cap space, but still, a lot of these players are going to be used to make trades, just so we all know. But Brian Dumoulin, 3.85 over 2 years, that's not too bad. I'm not going to do the 85% trick because sometimes it just doesn't work, to be honest with you. So yeah, that's why I'm not doing that. 1.7 for 3 years for Xavier Ouellet isn't too bad. Alex Petrovic, I mean, it looks like a pretty solid defenseman. If I could even get him up to an 80, if not trade him, that would be nice, but I don't know how that will work. We'll just lower his contract a little bit from what he wants. Tommy Wingles, he could be one player on his way out. That is definitely a possibility. Connor Brown, I would like to keep on this team. That's for sure. I'd kind of like to lock him up too, because he's actually a really good player. So 1.8 over 4 years is not a bad contract, I would say. I would like to keep him. Nico Hischier, I am going to sign him more than likely. I could give him first-line ice time realistically if I wanted to. Whether I will or not, I'm not sure. I mean, I kind of don't want to, just because I'd kind of like to make sure he's a little bit better for when his rookie season really comes along, because I always like to see if I can get one of my players to win the Calder, which would be nice. I don't know. I think that's cool. I think that would be cool overall. So, I mean, we'll see how that goes. But Scott Lund wants a decent amount of money, but I'm willing to lock him up. He's 77 overall at 23, so that's pretty good. Same thing for Brett Kulak. Not as good of a potential, probably, but overall still a pretty good contract. We'll lock him up till the end of his growth as well, which isn't too bad. Andrew Kopp, 1 year. He only wants 1 year. I think I'll give him 2, but I'll give him 1.75 for 2, which isn't too bad. Phil DiGiuseppe, we did get a lot of prospects here. Kind of wish I had have gone and tried to get a lot of better players, so then I could trade them away to get draft picks and whatnot, and other like younger prospects. But I mean, it's not too bad. So hopefully everything will work out. Reed Boucher wants, is that his entry level deal? I'm not sure, but we'll sign him to that. Well, he's 23, so it's more than likely not his entry level deal. Philly Polka, I really can't see Philly Polka turning out. I mean, I'm going to give him a contract, that's for sure, but I really don't see him turning out, so maybe he could be on his way out. Liljegren, I want to give first-line ice time in the AHL if I can, or first pair. Wickman, I'm not going to sign. Ratcliffe, I don't remember where I drafted him, or where he was from. I don't know where I drafted him. He's Canadian, so we'll probably play in the CHL, so we'll keep that like that. Valimaki, I'd like to give him some good ice time as well. Robin Salo, I think I'm going to keep unsigned, although realistically I could probably make a team out of just our defensemen that we drafted with pretty decent potential, which, I mean, that wouldn't be too bad, just depending like how many contracts do we have right now, because I like to have some heading into free agency so we can make some signings for some big players. Like we currently, we have plenty of contract space. So, you know what, we'll advance a day really quickly, and then we'll see how many people accept and decline. But hopefully everybody has accepted the deal. That would be nice, but then again, I don't know. This game is a little bit different on the contract. So Kopp accepts, DiGiuseppe accepts, Nieto rejected. He doesn't want a two-way offer. All right, well, Xavier Ouellet accepts, Pitlick rejects, Petrovic accepts, Wingles, Burmistrov, Dumoulin, Brown, Boucher, Grubauer, Lawton, Polka, Kulak, Hischier, Valimaki, Liljegren. All right, so we got everybody I wanted to get, which is good. Was it just 2 players or was it 1 player? Nieto was one of them, and Pitlick. So I mean, I'll still sign the both of them because if anything, I could give them or I could use them as trade bait, which wouldn't be too bad. So we'll sign Nieto. We'll sign Pitlick. We'll just give. I was gonna say we'll give him what he wants, but I'll just lower it a little bit. So now I'm thinking, do I want to sign some of our potential players? Like Ratcliffe definitely could get signed. Salo could get signed. I wouldn't mind signing Hag, to be honest. See, but then again, I don't know how many of these guys will actually play or be able to play in the AHL. So you know what? I'll give Hag his entry-level deal. Robin Salo, I'm not going to give it to him. Same thing for Ratcliffe. Luukkonen, I think I'm going to give him his entry-level deal. I'm just going to lower it a little bit. Yeah, I'll lower it a little bit. We'll see. Hopefully he does accept that. Hopefully he's fine with that. Do I want to sign anybody else? Afino Zhenov, I could definitely play him in the AHL, I would assume, since I'm pretty sure he's Russian. That's a Russian name. Yeah, Dmitry Afinogenov, a pretty good pick from us, too. We drafted him in the 5th round, I think. 17 years old, low top 4. That could be a solid steal, to be honest with you. If we look at him really quickly, so yeah, we drafted him in the 5th round, low top 4 potential, very good shooting category. I mean, he's listed as a defensive defenseman, but his defensive stats really aren't that much better than his offensive stats. Overall, he's a really all-around defenseman. I think I might change him to a 2-way. I don't know if that'll help his growth or change his growth at all, but I think Afinogenov could be a really good defenseman for us. So maybe when the time comes, I will change him. But actually, go back to contract. I don't think there's anybody else I need to re-sign. Actually, you know what? We'll just advance today and see if who was it? Nieto and Pitlick. See if they do sign with us. Nieto does, and Pitlick does, and Hag, obviously. Luukkonen, all right, good. Afinogenov as well. So, you know what? I'm glad we got our big prospects. I did not mean to do that. Okay, I did not mean to do that. My bad. So, let's see. Let's go to the contracts one more time, and we'll see. Do we have everybody signed? We have $44 million cap space heading into free agency, which is pretty damn good, I'm not going to lie. So Wickman, Ratcliffe, Salo, Oland, Ruzicka, Kriski, Studenik, Semenov, Narena, Bobrovsky, Sturm, and Bork. I am not going to sign. Bork is a 49 overall. I never even realized that. That is kind of a sad thing, to be honest. So I guess we'll just send him to free agency, and usually Kevin Shattenkirk goes here. So if he does, that would be extremely nice, so we could pick him up. That is one reason why I did not pick him up in the expansion draft. But damn, our prospect core, though, we've got Hischier, we've got Valimaki, we've got DeBrincat, we've got Liljegren. I mean, Polka's not really much of a prospect, but Ruzicka is. Ratcliffe, Hag, Afinogenov, man, he's got a lot of value already. I know he's a low top 4, but he could be really good. So I don't think there's any veterans I really want to get rid of except for Dumoulin. So we'll put him on the block. I say veterans. I mean veterans compared to what else we have on the team. Now, like I said, I don't want to get rid of Grubauer, but man, what if I were to trade away? Well, I was going to say, what if I were to trade away Korpisalo, because we'll have Luukkonen for the future, but then again, maybe I shouldn't do that just because, obviously, Korpisalo may turn out. Luukkonen could not turn out, which would be bad. So I think we'll do that. Maybe I might sign Sturm as well. So our 2 AHL goalies would be Luukkonen and Sturm. Then our starters would be Grubauer and Korpisalo. Or our NHL goalies, I guess. So I don't think I'm going to put anybody else on the block. Wingles and Dumoulin. Is there anybody else, though, I should put on the block who has a decent amount of value. So I mean, Vili Polka, he has a decent amount of value, but he's 23 years old at 74. I feel like I could get much better out of that. I don't know. I'll keep him off the trade block for now, but you never know. Philip Deneau wouldn't be bad. I know he's a very good defensive forward, I believe. Yeah, 84 shot block, 85 stick check. He can play the body as well. He really is just an all-around player, so that's actually really good. But you know what? I think I'll put Deneau up there as well because maybe he's got some value. Maybe somebody does want him. And then you never know. Maybe we get a good draft pick out of that. So, time for the free agency period now. And I really hope there's some big fish out here so we can sign them. Oh my God. When I said big fish, I did not mean someone this big. Now, David Pastrnak. I mean, that would definitely be probably 2 first. Which means, I mean, I could probably exploit the game. Just, that wouldn't be bad. I know it's not very realistic, but what if I were to go out, sign Pastrnak, and then other players I sign in free agency, I use them to get my picks back? I mean, that wouldn't be bad, to be honest. I don't know if I want to do that. I feel like I should just do 1 year so then I can sign him to an actual contract next year, which again is also pretty cheese. What is that? First, second, and third. So, I mean, can I lower it so I don't have to give up on all of that? Like 5.8? First and a third. Alright, well, can I raise that to 5.9 and still only if... Okay, no, we cannot. What if it's 5.875? First and a third. Man, that would be so nice to get David Pastrnak. You know what? It's kind of a cheat. You know what? I think... I don't know. I know it's a bit of a cheese offer, but I think I might do it. So we'll try and sign Pastrnak, and also we'll see if maybe I can try and get my draft picks back as well. So a first and a third, we will offer that contract. Now, Niederreiter's here as well, but he's also an RFA. Probably too much for him. But Yager is here. He still wants a 1-year deal. Alzner and Shattenkirk. Well, I'm definitely going to... Is that Tyler Johnson? It is too. Well, he's probably got some value then. So, Shattenkirk... I'm going to make sure that I get him in on this team because I will trade him away. If I have to retain some salary, I will. Yeah, if I have to retain some salary, I will because, like, 2 years is not a bad contract. I'll give him an extra $1 million for, no. I probably don't even need to give him that much. You know what, we'll go 5.6 for 2 years for Shattenkirk. Hopefully accepts Tyler Johnson. I think I'll do 2 years as well. I'll give him like 6.2, 6.15. That sounds right. Thomas Tatar, is he an RFA? Can I see it from there? No, well, he's not an RFA. Well, that's good. We'll sign him to a deal as well. We'll sign him for $6 million over the next 2 seasons. A lot of these players are going to be getting traded, guys, just so you know. Simon Desprez or Simon Desprez, Simon Desprez, I'm pretty sure is how people pronounce it. We'll offer him a contract. He's still got time to grow, so you never know. That could be pretty decent. 4.8 over 2 years. Now, Alzner as well. Could sign him to a deal. I don't know how much value he's got, but we'll go 5.25 for Alzner. Yager and Niederreiter, I don't think I'm going to sign. Any big goalies out here? Didn't even check goalies. Mason, I could definitely try and trade Mason. Wow, so Malcolm Subban, I'm glad I didn't pick him. He went to, wait, did I not pick Malcolm Subban? I swore I picked Malcolm Subban. Well, you know what, I'm just going to give him a 1-year deal. He wants a one-way, so I'll give him, I'll give him 1 year at 1.2 mil. Actually, do I want to do that? You know what? That's definitely value. That's definitely trade value. That's for sure. So, I'll give him 1.2. I didn't have to give up any picks. I completely forgot about that. Linus Ullmark is there as well. Any other potential goalies I could potentially sign? Felix Sandstrom, but he's a medium fringe, 20 years old. Daniel Marmanland is there. He got pretty good in the last game. I don't know how good he'd be here. What about potential skaters? Burakovsky's here. He's an RFA. Alexei Sorella I'm going to sign because I can most definitely get some value for him. I know he has a lot of value in this game. Anybody else here? Not really. What about people that weren't drafted? Petrus Palmu. I don't know how I never really saw him get good in the last game, but still, Slater, Cuckoo, or Quack Quack. Yeah, I think we'll sign him to a deal as well. All right, now we offered a lot of contracts out here. Johannes Johannesson. See, I'm kind of torn on if I do want to sign him or not because really I have had him before in a series. I don't know if I will do that. Gustav Olofsson, 74-22 is pretty good. It's actually really good. Well, I'll definitely give him a contract. In case somebody does swoop in to try and offer him a contract, I will definitely, hopefully, make sure we get him. Anybody else? Sven Andrighetto? It's not too bad. Don't know how I feel about it, though, to be honest. Thomas Yurko. Anybody else? I'm just looking. Frederick Gaudreau. I don't know, to be honest. All right, let's look at... actually, let's look at people we have approached really quickly. So if we sort it by cap, we have $44 million in cap space. So I gave Pastrnak a lot. So okay, wait. Like if I just round this up, so 7, 6, that's 13 plus 6, that's 19 plus 5, 5. That's 24.5. Then that's 30. Then that's. Oh wait, is that what I offered them? Yeah, because I didn't give Desprez that much more. I don't think. Oh, wait, no, that's not what I offered them. All right, so yeah. So, like, 7 mil... What was I at? 30 million from here, I believe. That's like 35. And then those 3. What about goalies? So, I think we have everybody here to pick. Or I think we could get everybody here. Now, I just want to make sure. Do we have... Well, we definitely have the contract space. So that's good. Now, if we sign all of those players, we could be in a very good spot to make some trades. So, you know what? I'll advance a few days, and we'll see how many people accept, how many people decline. I really hope. I could have probably even longballed it a little bit more. So, Sorella accepts, which is good. He's a good prospect. I know he has a lot of value. He's 20 years old. He probably won't pan out. So, Tatar accepts. Johnson accepts. Alsner rejected, but we could probably go and get him or try to get him again. Shattenkirk accepts. Olofsson accepts. Subban accepts. We just got to see if Boston matches the deal. Quack Quack accepts. Desprez accepts. All right, so overall, we've basically gotten everyone. So let's go back to free agents. Let's see. How much cap space? We still have 24 million. Oh, yeah, we're still waiting on Pastrnak, too. I completely forgot about that. Oh, man. So, Alsner, I will offer another contract. Like I said, we'll give him 5.35. Sure, we'll give him 5.35. Other than that, I mean, I could try to get Niederreiter as well. But I don't know if I want to. Burakovsky wouldn't be bad. I'm just trying to see. What if we, like, lower his contract a bit? 3.7. All I would have to give up is a second rounder. Really? So, I mean, I get a second rounder for Burakovsky, and if I were to trade him away, I could probably get a first. And then for Pastrnak, I'd keep Pastrnak, to be honest. But I'd still like to try and get my draft picks back from Boston because we'd probably still be a pretty bad team. Now, would it be worth going for Burakovsky? No one's interested in him, so what if you do 1 year, $3.8 million? That's just this year's second. I think Burakovsky's worth a second. I don't know if you'd get much better than Burakovsky in the second round either. So you know what? I think that might not be a bad signing. Pastrnak has accepted. We just got to see if Boston matches the deal, which is very exciting. Oh man, he could be like face of the franchise. So Chicago has decided that they are not willing to match the $1.2 million offer to Malcolm Subban. So, given the minimal salary involved, you are not obligated to supply any draft picks as compensation, which is really good. We didn't have to give up a draft pick for him. He's a very good potential goalie. Also rejects again, which, I mean, like I said, I could probably still go in. Burakovsky accepts, and, all right, we just got to see if he will match the deal, or if the Caps will match the deal now. Boston. Oh, man, David Pastrnak for a first and a third. I think David Pastrnak is worth so much more than just a first and a third. That is awesome. Okay, yeah, 70 points from him last season. Wow, this series is going to be so much fun, man. Now, Alzner, I'm going to try. You know what? I'm not even try. You know what? I'll try one more time. We'll go 5.3. for 1 year, 5.35 for 1 year. And if he doesn't accept, he doesn't accept. If he does, he does. So like I said, if he doesn't accept, I'm not going to go after him again or try to go after him again. So we'll advance a day. He rejected. All right, well, that's fine. But now, proposed trade. I mean, I don't know if I'll make any trades in this episode yet or not, because I did immediately just sign them and all those players. So Sorello's super pissed, but I'm pretty sure it's just because he's a prospect, and we just, well, I say prospect, I mean, we just drafted him, or not drafted, signed him, there we go. So look at that, Pastrnak has the same value as Nico Hischier, which is really good. Now I would not mind playing Hischier in the NHL. I could play Hischier and Pastrnak together. That would be interesting. So players that are more than likely on their way out, let's see. I would say Johnson, Shattenkirk, Tatar, Dumoulin. Is that it? I think that is it. Maybe Danault. Maybe Danault, maybe Sorella, maybe, I don't know, maybe Nieto? I'm not too sure. So I don't know what I could get from these guys. Well, what if we were to do that? Let's go check Boston. I want to get my first round pick back. I don't mind. I wouldn't mind if I can't get my third back, but I want my first back. Oh, they want to give up on it too. So they'd be way over the cap with that. Oh, God. I don't know how I'm going to make this go through. I think I might have to use Alexei Sorella, which, honestly, it's fine. I haven't seen him pan out before. Maybe that's a mistake, but like I said, I haven't seen him pan out before. So Alexei Sorella. That definitely would not go through. They don't want him either, which is kind of unfortunate. Now, who's on a somewhat cheap deal that I could send away? Simon Desprez, no, not really. Melker Karlsson, no, not really. I mean, it would have to be someone like Tyler Pitlick. I mean, Ouellet and Brown have some value. I don't want to get rid of Brown, though. I mean, realistically, I don't want to get rid of either Ouellet or Brown because they both could get like 80-ish overall, which isn't bad. I mean, Melker Karlsson, he's not really on the best contract. 3 years left at $2 million. I mean, really, Petrovic, that's probably a stupid contract to sign him to. Then again, if I really wanted to, I'm sure I could trade him away. Could we use Dumoulin in this? How much salary would we have to retain? Probably 50%, if not, and if we can't. And if that still won't go through with 50%, then more than likely, oh, well, it might. You know what? We'll try that. So Sorella and Dumoulin for 50% retained salary for our first-round pick. So we get that back. Hopefully, proposed trade and trade accepted. All right. Now, that is good. So do I want to make other trades now? Like, realistically, Johnson, Shattenkirk, and Tatar. Let's see. How much... I've been recording for 24 minutes. You know what? I promised in the last one that it wouldn't be as long, but I don't know. I don't know. I didn't think this would happen. So, no prospects on the block from Anaheim. No prospects from Arizona either. So, I mean, like, if I wanted to really go on a run, Nicholas Jarmelson would be a good pickup, but I'm not too worried about it, and I don't really want to go on a run either. No prospects there from Boston. I may have to wait till the start of the season to see if there's any prospects on the block, because it's looking like it's just, well, never mind. I was going to say, it's looking like it is just old men. It's not the word I'm actually looking for. Veterans, there we go. So, Carlson, I would definitely not mind getting. 76 overall at 20 years old is pretty good. Medium top 4 potential is also good. Vitaly Abramov, low top 6, 19 years old. Sonny Milano. See, I mean, I've made a trade for Sonny Milano before, but really I didn't realize that he's only 73 overall at 21 years old at a low top 6. I think he should definitely have better potential than that, and I think he may even be better than that. I would say medium top 6 at least. But Vitaly Abramov, I mean, really, I would probably just go for Gabriel Carlson. I mean, so they'd be over the cap, but I can retain some salary for Johnson. I won't mind, 50% retained. Got to keep in mind, though, with the I can only retain salary from 3 players, so that still won't go through. So we'd have to use someone on a cheaper deal, which would be Shattenkirk. Yeah, unless we go with Daypray, but that definitely won't go through. So what if we try Shattenkirk? They'd still obviously be over the cap, but if we retain 50%, would that will definitely make it go through, right? Damn, they're still over the cap, but come on, I figured that would be enough. So we might have to take someone back that's not a pretty bad deal, which isn't the worst. Scott Hartnell's on a pretty bad deal. 2 years left at 4.75. I'm just kind of looking. So what about Matt Calvert? They don't want to get rid of him, but I mean, I'm sure they still kind of do, to be fair. That probably won't go through. But we'll propose trade. Trade rejected. Yeah, that's for sure not going through. So I don't even need to get back a contract that big. What if we go to the skaters that are matching the block again? So Milano's on a more expensive deal, but Abramov has not so much more value, but definitely has more value. They would still be over the cap, though. I don't know. I'd have to use someone here with like a decent contract. It would have to be Korpikoski instead of Calvert. Oh, it has to be Calvert then. That's on a 1-year deal, so we'll get Calvert. He basically doesn't have any value, but we'll also have to give someone else up. Who that would be, I am not sure. Let's see. I know that, Tyler Pitlick. I wouldn't mind giving up Tyler Pitlick. Will that go through? Kevin Shattenkirk and Tyler Pitlick for Gabriel Carlson. Basically, we're taking on a bad contract to Matt Calvert, but we'll release him at the end of the year. Trade rejected still, which is scary because I would, you know what, this Bork guy, I mean, he's 49 overall at 19. Emil Bork, definitely the worst draft pick we had in the last draft. Will that push it through? Still no. Well, what about someone else we just drafted? 54 at 18, 52 at 18, 60. Well, I'm not going to get rid of Wickman, that's for sure. Semenov. I'm feeling Semenov. I don't know. I feel like Bobrovsky. I feel like we have a very good defensive depth. Or not defensive depth, but defensive prospects already. So how about Bobrovsky? He is the lowest overall. Also on the... with kind of the worst potential, I guess. So will that then go through? Jesus. No, it will not. Holy frig. Well, let's go to draft picks then. I'm going to have to add like a 4th or something. Let's add a 4th in 2 or 3 years down the line. What a 2024th. Will that push it through? Please, trade accepted. Thank you very much. I hope we aren't a bad team still at that point. That'd be awesome, but we'll have to wait and see how that goes. So let's go back to skaters. So now we got Gabriel Carlson as well. These the prospects are looking pretty good so far. So now on to Tyler Johnson. We'd have to look realistically at someone or at a team that doesn't have any caps, or that has some cap space that I could get. Well, Colorado, do they have any prospects they want to give up, though? No, they do not. They have the shittiest contract in Carl Soderberg, though, that's for sure. 4.75 over the next 3 years is absolutely brutal. Dallas, nope. Sharp, also, I still don't agree with Sharp's rating. I mean, yeah, I think he could be a medium top 9, but I still do not think he's only 79 overall. I think he could at least be an 80. At least be an 81. Like, that's honestly just being rude to the kid. So I don't know how I feel about that, but whatever. Zach Cassian and RFA, don't need that. Now, I was gonna say hopefully a decent team, but nope, never mind. Florida doesn't have any prospects either. Samuel Busick. The LA Kings want to get rid of. 59 overall at 18. High top 6. Definitely wouldn't be bad. Whether we can make this trade go through, I highly doubt it, just because the cap issues. There's no way that's happening. Actually, I mean, what if we were to take out Johnson? Let's go look at our goalies. How much value does Subban have? So, I mean, maybe we could use Subban and Sturm, but then they'd still be way over the cap. Like, well, they're not way over the cap, which is definitely better. So what if, I mean, no, it's just not going to happen, is it? I had a Grubauer in by accident, which I actually didn't mean to do. So let me try that again then. So let's go Subban and Sturm. That value will definitely not push it through. Well, let's go back and see if that's way too far off. Just for jokes, though, proposed trade rejected. I mean, realistically, I probably could get this. Now, if we add someone like Philip Deneau, who's really good defensively, I would not mind giving him up. Since he is really good defensively, I'd kind of like for us to do even worse. That still won't go through then. I'd have to give up someone that's not on a bad deal. Reed Boucher, I'm going to kind of like to keep him. He's pretty decent. Joel Edmondson is pretty solid. 80 overall at 24, same as Deneau. But then again, really, it would make our team better now. Still trade rejected. All right, well, the last thing I will try to add into this is a third-round pick at some point, whether it's a few years down the line, more than likely, like, honestly, our 2020 third rounder. Now, will that go through? Probably not. Trade rejected, which means we'd have to give up a second for him. Which, to be fair, a second-round pick probably won't be as good as as Samuel Busick. Now, we'll try our third from this year. Still trade rejected. Honestly, I do not know if I can get this player without having to give up something pretty decent. I don't think this will go through still. Trade rejected. We're still too far off. I am not giving up a first-round pick. I mean, yeah, our first-rounders later on don't have a lot of value, but still, I think we could get something better than that. So we won't be able to get Samuel Busick, unfortunately, which, I mean, definitely, it obviously would not be bad, but it's just not going to happen. So there's no unsigned prospects that I'm actually willing to give up either. So that's just not going to happen. So we're going to have to go look through some more teams. Let's go back to the rookie skaters. Let's go back to prospects. Arkhipov, I'm assuming he was just drafted. Yeah, 5th round, low top 6. Sergei Arkhipov. Pretty evenly, or pretty even on his stats, basically everywhere. I mean, he wouldn't be bad. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I can't do it, though, with the cap. Even if I retain salary, like, I'd basically have to retain Johnson's entire contract for Minnesota, so that won't go through. How about, nope. I was going to say, how about New Jersey, but they don't have anybody or any prospects they want to give up either. Same thing for Nashville. Probably won't happen here on the Islanders either, but we can see they don't have any prospects anyways. The Rangers, do you guys have any prospects on the block? No, you do not. They do have Mats Zuccarello on the block, though, which probably isn't that bad. I mean, I could probably go after him, but it's not really an ideal situation. No prospects on the Flyers either. Probably none on, well, Pittsburgh has Daniel Sprong here, which, I mean, that would be awesome to get. Even if we retain salary, though, Johnson's contract is too much, and I do not think I'd be able to get this to go through. Like, we'd have to take back someone on a contract that's kind of unfavorable. Like, if we look at contracts, it would have to be like Kunitz, which, I mean, to be fair, he's not a bad deal, but then again, we'd have to give up even more. I mean, I'll try that, see if that goes through. No, it won't. What if we get someone instead of Kunitz, but with less or even... No, it would have to be basically prospects. So Daniel Sprong probably won't happen either. What about San Jose? I'm going to keep it on retained salary because more than likely it's not going to be able to go through. Jeremy Roy. He's only 61 overall at 20, but he's got the medium top 4 potential. I don't know how I feel about that. If he was even like 65, I'd probably go after that. But since he is only 61 and he's 20 years old, I don't know how I feel about that. It's not really too good. No prospects from St. Louis, but they basically want to get rid of their entire damn team. Nobody from Tampa. How about Toronto? Jeremy Bracco, are you here? No, you are not. Bunch of old veterans as well, and we are getting close to the 40-minute mark again. Vegas, you guys got any prospects you want to give up? No? All right. Well, Winnipeg is our last chance. Sorry, no, Washington. Yeah, my bad. Well, Lucas Johansson and Andre Burakovsky and Madison Bowie. We're supposed to still hear from Burakovsky though. So Lucas Johansson though, medium top 4, 19 years old. Madison Bowie. I mean, I think I'd prefer to go with Johansson, to be honest. This whole cap thing though, honestly, not a fun time. I think Tatar has a little bit worse of a contract. Or a little bit cheaper of a contract. Yeah, so I mean, we'll try this. We'll retain 50% and we'll try this again. But I can't see this going through. Now, we'll figure it out. But like I said, I can't see this going through. They're only $1 million under the cap. Come on. Please. So what? I'm assuming we'd have to give up or grab someone else on a bad contract. Like Brooks Orpik. Actually, I'd probably go with Brett Connolly, who, to be fair, he isn't that bad. Will that go through? I don't think so, but we'll try it. Trade rejected. All right, well, the value's too far off, but we're close. Now, here is where Malcolm Subban would come in, which, I mean, then I could probably get something else back as well, like a draft pick. I'm sure their draft picks aren't great, but still. Yeah, well, they want to get rid of a third. It has basically zero value. Let's see if we can get a third and a fourth in this upcoming draft. Proposed trade accepted. All right, well, there goes Subban and Tatar. That makes the Capitals better. That makes us worse, but we also get another prospect. So let's really quickly, let's just look at our prospect pool. Can I sort it by age? Yes, I can. All right, well, so Afanajanov, 17 years old, low top 4. Nico Hischier, 18 years old, medium elite. Juuso Valimaki, 18. Liljegren, 18. Ruzicka, Ratcliffe, Haig, Salo, all look like they could be decent. Lucas Johansson we just acquired, looks like he could be good. Alex DeBrincat looks like he could be good. Wickman, I don't want to give up on him. He is 66 overall at 19 years old, so he could be decent. Kriske, Carlson, Pasternak, that's awesome. I still can't. Ryan Pulak, I mean, don't know how much better he'll get, but he could be decent. Same thing for Lawton, same thing for Boucher, same thing for Quack, same thing for Willett, same thing for Brown, Kulak, Kopp, Polka, Paquette, and the Giuseppe maybe. Edmondson and Deneau, they could be worth something as well. Nieto, Petrovic, I would still like to get rid of Daypre. I'll have to figure that out, and also Tyler Johnson. So, boys, I'm gonna end the episode here on the 40-minute mark. Like I said, I'm sorry. I'm having so much fun, and honestly, it doesn't even seem like I've been recording for this long. So, I'm very sorry about that. But overall, what a great I was gonna say overall, what a great free agency period. But we can't even end it yet. We're going to need to see. There it is. See if we get Andre Burakovsky. So now we have Andre Burakovsky, David Pasternak, and Nico Hischier. I mean, I could definitely try and trade away Burakovsky, but what are the chances that we have a really good first line, I would say, of Pasternak, Burakovsky, and Hischier? I think so. Let me know what you guys think in the description. But I'm going to end it here, guys. Hopefully before 42 minutes. It's going to take a while to upload. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, let me know what you guys thought of this in the comments below. I'm very happy with how this team is looking. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you all did enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.